All right. All right. Ladies, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. Karibu, karibu sana, karibu sana. Uh, Sorry, my mic is acting up. Let me fix my mic real quick. It's acting up. Karibu, karibu, karibu. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. Please, 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 karibu sana. If I can only fix my microphone. It's giving me trouble as usual sometime. But regardless, karibu, karibu, karibu. I'm giving you guys a few minutes to get in. Whether you're on X watching me live, karibu sana. James Wood, I see you. Karibu. Asante sana for getting in early. Karibu. I apologize to my viewers who yesterday we were supposed to have a session in the second session, but I was not able to make it. But nevertheless, today I'll give you a chance. We'll join the studio and we can discuss what's going on. Mada ya leo, as you can see, is Ruto has declared war on the Kenyan people. Okay, the programa imenenio, it should be on the Kenyan people, not with the Kenyan people, okay? Okay, hi, Alphonse Machini. Karibu sana, karibu sana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Karibu, karibu. As you can see again, Ruto, Moses Kio, I see you. Ndo Kudonjo. Ndo Kudonjo, what's popping? All right, Moses, what's good? What's good? Karibu. Yes, Ruto has declared war on the Kenyan people. Sorry, I wrote with the Kenyan people, but I meant on the Kenyan people, okay? Ruto has declared war on the Kenyan people. And I will make myself clear with that. Good year, karibu sana, karibu as usual, karibu sana, good year. Nice seeing you. That is the matter today. We saw the 1 hour and something, almost 2 hour press conference that Ruto requested, called, I think it was KTN or whatever the case is, called them to the State House for a sit down so they can have this kind of press conference, whatever the case, questioning time, sit down, where they would ask him questions. I'll play some parts of it. I can't play the whole thing. It was too long. And the kind of answers he was giving basically shows Kenyan people that this guy actually does not care about what's happening. It's not that he's not in touch with the Kenyan people, not that he doesn't know what's happening in the ground, but he really doesn't care about what the Gen Zs and Kenyans in general that are dissatisfied with his administration. He doesn't want to know or care about why they are disgruntled, okay? So he's anaendelea hivyo tu, okay? Mass wash, sorry, mass wash. Nice afro, thank you. Karibu sana, karibu sana. Now, before we get started, please, I will ask you, karibu, and please like the video. That's the first order of business as we get started. Like the video, subscribe, kama hauja subscribe, and share the video, all right? So do that. The first order of business as usual is like the video, okay? Na kama hauja subscribe, if you're just watching and you're at the background, maybe uko kazini, umetoka kazini, una relax, ni usiku saizi in Kenya somewhere, and you don't want to be part of it, but you just want to listen, just do me a favor, subscribe and like, okay? As we get started. Tuanze. All right. In other news, before even we get to Ruto, there's a video circulating around of Alfred Keter, who was abducted from his car, okay, private vehicle. He was abducted by an uniformed policeman. Actually, I don't even know if they're policemen, but they were ununiformed, okay? They didn't wear, well, they were wearing civilian clothing. Approached Alfred Keter's car and yanked him off the driver's seat. I heard the kids were in the car too, but they didn't care. They just yanked him out of the car and wakamshika, wakambeba juu, wakamweka kwa gari ya polisi. And he's saying to be in some police station in Kamkunji, rumor to be. We don't even know where he is. These abductions are going on. I also saw a video of a gentleman who made a TikTok saying that all the people majority of the people, if not all, almost all the people who broke into the parliament and they were shooting the video. You remember the guys who were waliingia hapo kanza kukula, and the guy who was sitting there and say, "Yeah, tumeingia." Apparently, those guys they're all dead. Probably shot, or we don't know. They're dead. All of them are dead. And remember, Ruto was very adamant and was very stern, if not threatening outrightly, saying that wale walivunja, in fact, he labeled them criminals. Today, he was trying to distinguish between the protesters and the people who broke into the parliament, which I don't really see any distinction. But nevertheless, Ruto said that everyone who broke into the parliament shall face the full whatever of the law. Okay, that's what he said. But by the reports we're getting from TikTok and other places, we hear that of not everyone, but majority of those guys who made video showing their faces in the parliament, once they broke into the parliament, almost all of them are dead. That's what we're hearing. I can't confirm, but if it's true, that is something that is very, very concerning. I'm telling you. And all Keter has already been released. Okay. Must Watch is telling me that Keter has been released. We're about to confirm that. I'm about to dig into the Twitter sphere and see if Keter is released already. Okay. Goody is saying Ruto called for question and answer session. Why don't he invite Larry Mado? Because his goons, e.g. Juma, say that they will get rid of him. Okay. So this is what's going on. All right. He has been released by Sonko and Babu Owino. Who has been released by Sonko and Babu Owino? Peter Keter? I don't know what's going on. Guys, let me know. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are getting in, I'm getting you 2 minutes. Tafuta kiti, kaa chini, get some snack. Tukifika 100, I'll start inviting people in the podium. Okay, nitaanza kuingiza watu kwa nini waongee. Kifika 100, okay. For now, I'll ramble, but nitawapatia chance mwingi kwa studio mseme mnataka kusema ama namna gani. But anyway, we're just reviewing what happened. I'll start with this clip. There's so many clips, especially there's one that he was asked, what would you tell the family, the mothers and the father of the children that lives were lost in that protest? Okay, Wakina Rex, Mama Rex. What would you tell Mama Rex? Rex was actually leaving work, I believe, and was shot by the police. What would you tell him? And Ruto's answer was appalling, to say the least. Okay. Maswat anasema Ruto has always killed people even before he became president. Yeah, there's stories of him, getting rid of people. So let's start with this as we get started. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, and comrades, if you're getting in, karibu sana. This is Kenya Revolutionary. Please go ahead and like the video. That's the first order of business. Like the video and subscribe. We want to put the subscribers up. We want it goes up, okay? We want to reach 10K if we can. So please tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your friend, tell your husband. If you're watching this from Australia, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, Antarctica, Asia, East Asia, it doesn't matter. Please take a minute and subscribe and like the video. We are about to get started. Let me start with the first video that I want to play you. It was when he was being asked by Linus Kai something. Linus. Let me just start with that. Let me not mispronounce his name. So let's take a look at this clip really quickly. He was asked. It's a short clip. It was part of the interview when he was being asked, when is he going to stop lying, I guess, because most people don't feel.
Who do not listen to all that.
Yes.
They are not interested in that. Is Your Excellency, right now, who do not listen to all that.
Yes.
They are not interested in that.
That's okay, but that's the reality.
But
if you are not, if you do not want to listen to
reality,
Your
Excellency, hang on, Your Excellency, because I need you to address a very important issue here, and that is one of a trust deficit. There are Kenyans who watch you, Your Excellency, and I don't know whether you are aware that they don't trust what you say. They don't believe what you say. Are you aware, Your Excellency, for example, that a lot of Kenyans increasingly don't associate the truth with you?
That is your assessment because you have never associated the truth with me from the beginning.
No, there's
President.
quite a number of Kenyans.
No, I mean, that is
to be fair,
that is your
But does it
assessment.
bother
We
you?
asked people before we came here
That
this
is your
evening,
assessment.
Yeah.
and many of those that responded to me directly and to even our platforms on KTN News, on Spice FM, on NTV, on Citizen, and we're asking them, what question should we ask the president this evening? And the one thing that many of them were saying is, when will he stop lying? So it's not Linus.
Can you tell us the truth this time?
Let me say the following. I told the people of Kenya that I would reduce the prices of fertilizer from 7,000 to 2,500. I don't know how that is a lie because they buy it at 2,500.
Okay.
I told the people of Kenya we're going to have a housing program. A housing program is underway in Kenya. I can tell you, Linus, that whether you believe me or not, facts will not change.
Yeah. And
Facts are not changed by who says it.
and allow me
Facts
to
are
step
facts.
back a bit, Your
And
Excellency.
facts are very stubborn.
Allow me to step back a bit.
Yes.
And what I'll do is we'll play clips, just a little combination of clips of yourself speaking not too long ago. And I want us to listen to that. I'll stand out of the way because you said it's me that doesn't share the truth with you. And I would like you to respond to yourself, to the clips that we're going to play.
But you see, Linus,
let's watch that, Your Excellency.
I think, Linus, you don't bring clips that are in a biased way. You know, you select maybe something that has not happened.
Yeah.
Can you be fair and select clips across the board? What I said and has been done, and what I said and maybe has not been done.
So let's watch that. Maybe you can watch that.
These people don't understand the damage they are doing to the people and the economy of Kenya. Kwa hii taxes wanaongeza usiku na mchana. Na mimi nataka niwaulize watu wa hapa Manga, tafadhali, mkiona tumesimama hapa mbele yenu, tunawaambia kwamba tutengeneze hiyo serikali inakuja ambayo inaelewa lugha ya mwananchi wa kawaida. If you have good ideas, why do you need the police? Why do you need blackmail? Why do you need intimidation? If you have better ideas, sell them to the people of Kenya. There are enough intelligent people in Kenya to differentiate what is good from what is better and what is best.
Ni jambo mbaya sana kama tutatumia askari polisi kuumiza wananchi wasio na hatia eti kwa sababu wako na maoni tofauti ya kisiasa.
I agree with that. It is not fair to use the police to harass citizens who have a contrary opinion. And that is perfect.
That's what they're accusing you of.
I still believe that.
That's what they're accusing you of.
But you don't tell me that. What is the problem with Alfred Keter?
Yeah.
Alfred Keter, no, it's not a contrary opinion. I mean, the police have said why they arrested him. It is not because of me. I didn't give any instructions. I didn't even know what was going on. Let me tell you, Linus, I am a very clear-minded person on what I say. When it is the police, I have said, many of the people who opposed me, many of the people who were very scared about what I would do when I become president, even the people who did worse things against me, I have never gone after them because I don't believe in settling political scores using the power of state or using the police. Let me also say the following. When I talked about the taxes that I was
on the campaign trail, yes.
I was addressing in the campaign trail, it was very obvious that when at that time we were in subsidies, that did not make sense. It is because I removed the subsidies and I changed and put production support. That is why today the price of unga has come down from 240 to 100 because I changed the model. I changed the configuration and it is giving us results.
Mnasikia hiyo? Ruto. Hold on. So this guy ameulizwa swali nzuri hapo. Karibu Victor, karibu Salim na kuona hapo, karibu sana. And also Magero Oscar, karibu. Please like the video so you can go to the algorithm ndio ingie huko watu waione hiyo video, and please if you haven't subscribed usingoje. Cynthia Chepkorir, karibu sana. Watu si wajinga, it's all over, we ain't stupid. All right, anatuambia hivyo. Anyway, so this guy is saying that there's no need of using the police force to settle political scores, whatever the case is. But again, wamemuliza hapo mambo ya Keter ni vipi? Again, why using the army? Why using the police as shooting people down? There's so many, like, yani jamaa. Okay, one thing I've noticed with Ruto is this. He's the type of person that will always be in denial. Haezi kukubali makosa yake. Waelewa. And part of it is pride, you know, or not even part of it. It's the majority is because it's pride, okay? Ile, you know you are wrong, lakini uko na kiburi. You don't want to be corrected because you want to convince yourself that you're on the right. You know, I mean, everything they were asking him is just contradicting what's the reality. And I say, I'll never use the police. He's using that. And yani, I don't know. Mutali show karibu. Ruto must go. Mutali anatuambia Ruto must go. Absolutely. At this point, he needs to go. Edith Ambetsa, karibu sana. Like the video, please. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Tunaingia tunachambua Ruto. Ruto had a press conference, which, well, a sit down, question and answer session at the State House. He requested for it. Nobody requested for it. He requested for it. And he's also trying to see if he can interview Gen Z. So, since it's leaderless, people are wondering, okay, I mean, he's wondering, where can I, have this meeting with this Gen Z? Some people have suggested that he can go to the X Space. I guess this X Space, can somebody tell me more about it? I need to know about it. Apparently, Miguna was on X Space today, and among others, having a discussion about what's going on in this country. But yeah, so I've seen Murkomen, Aaron Cheriot, and a bunch of staff, members of this Kenya Kwanza people, go to X Space, and and they were never received. They were not treated nicely there. But he's seeking audience to meet Gen Z. My position is this. This is my opinion. This is not the opinion of Gen Z or anybody else. I don't speak for them. I don't even know what this Gen Z is. I mean, I get the movement. I know that it's a generation of young Kenyans who are revolting against this government, which I join them in that, okay? But maoni yangu kibinafsi, nasema hivi, Gen X should not entertain the idea of meeting with Ruto. Okay? There's nothing to talk about. Okay? Matamshi yameshatolewa. The demands are already clear, crystal clear. Kama hajui by now, then he's living in another world, okay? They are saying finance bill, and they went from finance bill, now it's you need to resign. That's the bottom line now. It's not a matter of you, kwa sababu unacheza mchezo wa paka na panya, okay? Shetani dudu wewe, karibu. What's your X name? I can connect you to X Space, Kenya Rebel. It's right there. Kenya nani? Shetani, you see my X name hapo hivyo, K Revolutionary. Follow me and you can leave me a message hapo kwa comment on my latest post. And tell me how we can unaweza kuniconnect huko. Please do. Thank you so much, Shetani dudu wewe. I'd like to be part of it. Thank you so much. Anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe. So this is what I'm saying again. He's seeking audience with Gen Z. He wants to meet Gen Z. Gen Z are leaderless, okay? As we know, and they should remain leaderless, okay? So what we're going to suggest, aende X Space. Thank you so much, Shetani Dudu. Thank you. I'll join you. Thank you. Woo, unani hook up. That's what it is. Anyway, that's what's up. Anyway, so what I'm saying is this. Watu kamwambia he can go to X space. Or Ruto, if you're watching, please like this video so Ruto can see this. He can come over here. That would be nice. I'll ask you some questions and I'll bring Shetani Dudu Wewe, I'll bring Cynthia Chepkorir hapa, nitaleta Edith Mpatsa, nitaleta Goody, nitaleta kila mtu wako hapa, nitaleta hapo wamuulize maswali. Come on Mr. President, kuja tukuulize maswali. I have questions for you. We'll be respectful. Hatutakutukana. Tutakuuliza tu na tutakuambia shida yetu, kwa nini sisi we are very dissatisfied with your president. So Mr. President, karibu Kenya Revolutionary Channel, kuja utakutana na Gen Z hapa. Even though I'm not a Gen Z, me ni mzee, I'm a baby boomer. But anyway, on a serious note, Keteru was arrested. Some of you are telling me, oh, Gio, karibu. Some of you are telling me that Ketera alishatolewa. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if... Can somebody confirm that Ketera ametoka? Because he was abducted. I don't know if you guys saw the video. The video was... I was upset. Just watching at the video, I was like, what is this? What kind of country is this? Jamaa unaendesha gari alafu karao na kusimamisha na kutoa. These people are not even in uniform. So how can you even confirm that hawa ni makarao? Then they grabbed you, yanked him out of the car and forcefully wakamuingiza kwa gari ya polisi and they drove off. I mean, what is this? Alafu president anatuambia ati sijui mi sijui nini. No. Ruto needs to get serious. Ruto needs to get serious. We cannot have this. This is not happening. And for your information, there was a maandamano in something outside Kenyatta Hospital. So things are happening. Obi, karibu sana. I'm so happy to see you. Nilikuwa Moshi, Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Obi, karibu. Thank you so much. Obi, Alex Kantai, Peter Mutui, karibu sana. Thank you very much. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We are getting in. I haven't even reached the surface. Niliwaambia tukifika 100 nitaanza kuingiza watu hapo kwa studio. So we are working towards that, all right? Anyway, so like I was saying, there was a mandamano, actually. Some mandamano that was apparently these Gen Z are not even waiting for Tuesday. They're not waiting for Thursday. They're not waiting for these days that are scheduled. Watu wanatoka wanafanya mandamano kivyao. Yani, you know, you see how it... So, yeah. So, this thing is leaderless, and I hope it stays leaderless. Unfortunately, somebody... Cairo, what's his name? Cairo, this influencer, whatever the guy is, who was one of the faces of this movement initially, who is suspected to have been compromised. Now he's kind of, is flaky. To me, I think he's a fraud, because now he's telling Gen Z, oh, we should have a leader. And initially he was saying, oh, we should remain leaderless. So, Cairo, I'm done with him. But that is to be expected. In a revolution, unajua mambo ikikuwa ngumu, mambo ikianza kuwa ngumu, hapo ndio utajua nani ni nani. You'll know who is who. When things get tough, you'll see who's who. George Okoth, karibu sana. Like the video, share, comment, na subscribe pamoja subscribe. So, let me show you a little snippet of the maandamano that happened today. I think it was outside Kenyatta Hospital. There were some young folks who gathered there. Wakasema au maandamano hawatangoja Tuesday. Maandamano you can start anywhere. Any time, anywhere, tutaendelea maandamano. Here it is. Just so you can guys see in case you missed it. Naona maandamano inaendelea, maandamano. So na Tuesday haijafika. Jamani. Tuesday haijafika na ndio hiyo watu wameanza maandamano inaendelea, maandamano. This is what I'm saying. I told you in my 2 videos ago, I told you that Ruto is cooked. He's done. Apende asipende. And it's not a matter of 2027. It can be before 2027. The mistake people should not make is Wait till 2027, alafu tukuwe na elections. I'm telling you, hizo election ya 2027 watafanya ile kitu for him to survive. The next election should happen after Ruto has been removed through popular revolution. If you go watch the X-Space in your questioning time with Miguna, he explains how people revolution can work. Okay, Lydia Nish, karibu. Yes, Lydia is telling me, Lydia said today I think you meant they went to Uhuru Park to light candles for the fallen heroes. They were denied access and went to Jumanji Garden or Jumanji Gardens, and also went to KNH to donate blood for injured. Oh, okay, that's good. Good. Karibu Lydia. I'll bring you guys in. Let me just get my nangoja ifike 100 hapa alafu nitaingiza watu. I'd like to hear pia. Nilimwona Salim hapa, namwona Alex hapa, namwona Lydia, Mass Watch, sorry, Cynthia Chepkorir, Magero, Oscar naona. Like the video, share, comment. Please subscribe. Mimi nataka 10,000 tufike 10,000 subscription. We need to build a community. We are part of that movement to remove Ruto. Okay, we might not be Gen Z. Some of us are too old to be Gen Z. You might be a Gen Z. You might be, is it the alphas? Whatever generation you are, one thing we have in common is that we are tired of Ruto. We want him out. We want to revolutionize a total overhaul of the system. Okay, Ruto natuletea story mingi. I want to play something by Oscar Sudi and Kalwale. Kalwale is kind of Kalwale narudi to the old Kalwale. Let me just play something by Kalwale. I'll get back to Ruto. We are still tunachambua Ruto still. So bear with me. We are still chambua Ruto. Here is Nani, what's his name? Oscar Sudi. I don't know what he was saying, but we'll get it. Helen, karibu sana. Karibu. Heleno Troy. Sorry. Hell of Troy. Sorry. I missed your name. Well, Hell of Troy natuambia Ruto is a master manipulator. I trust that you guys know this. He will plead, beg, appeal to emotions, or kill, threaten, abduct, anything to get his way. Don't fall for it again. Yes, that's why I'm saying no negotiations. Yani, in fact, part of that video, part of that interview, if you guys had an opportunity to listen to, he was saying, oh, okay, I agree with the people. Li mambo ya kupatiana pesa to the office of CSS ambao nio. Then li mambo ya we have to have austerity measures and stuff. But the question is, anajifanya ati he's willing to agree on that. But the question is, Mr. President, Ruto, okay? Didn't you think of that before maandamano? Because these people were saying that even before the finance bill was passed. They were very clear about this. They were protesting. It's been 2 weeks. Walikuwa nasema hizi vitu. Why is it that now watu wamevunja ninio, things are getting out of hand? Unaona kama watu wamekasirika. You see that they're serious. Wanamaandamana, wanataka kutoa kwa ninio, kwa kiti. That's when the bulb imekuja on. Why is it? Why did you wait for that? Okay? So this is what I'm saying, Ruto. You can't pretend that, oh, now you're willing to listen to these people. Where are they? Where are the leaders? You want to tuletia ma leader fake hapa tukawaona jana. Even Didmas Baraza is saying that he's the leader of Gen X. Didmas does not have an idea of what he's talking about. Yani ana to enjoy. These are the people. I'm telling you. Anyway, let's listen to Kalwale. Kalwale said something in whatever he was, and Kalwale voted for this government, and I think he's, I don't know, is this UDA? Tusikie Kalwale kidogo. Kalwale was saying something that was important, I think.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ikiwa unataka kuokoa wale waheshimiwa wenye walipiga yes, kama unataka inji itulie, Your Excellency, sio finance bill peke yake. Wakenya wako na hasira kwa sababu ya wizi ya hali ya juu ambayo inafanywa na mawaziri wako. Wakati Linturi waziri wako alileta wizi wa mbolea, nikainua sauti, alafu bunge ikakataa kumng'oa yule Linturi. Hiyo hasira kwa Linturi na wale mawaziri wengine ambao ni waizi kama yeye ndio inaleta hii shida yenye unaona wa Kenya. Namba 2, Mr. President, wale waheshimiwa ambao wako karibu na wewe ambao kwa muda kidogo 1.5 years maisha yao imependuka, walikuwa watu wa kawaida, lakini siku hizi wamekuwa matajiri wa kupindukia. Hata Didmus Barasa amenunua ndege, wengine hatuwaoni chini tena, wanapitia huko juu. Wengine wanaenda kwa harambee kama ya leo, hatoi kulingana na uwezo wake, anatoa kuja kuonyesha watu kwamba yeye ndio mwizi mwenye ameiba sana. Mr. President, how can a normal member of parliament aende katika harambee na atoe milioni 20 kwa kanisa moja, na atoke hapo aende kwa kanisa inayofuata anapatia padri gari mpya ya Prado? Hii sura mbaya, Your Excellency, prevail upon your MPs to stop displaying wealth which they have not earned. They are displaying wealth yenye wameibia hawa watu maskini, hawa watu hawasikii vizuri.
Good point. Good point. Now, with that said, Oscar Sudi, of all the people, had a response. Oscar Sudi. Memjua huyo Oscar Sudi? Hebu tumsikie Oscar Sudi. Ametoa niniyo response like an hour ago. As much. Let's just listen. I haven't even listened to it. Let's listen. Oscar Sudi ametoa. Anataka kujitetea. Let's listen to him. I just, for shits and giggles, just listen to Oscar Sudi. Oscar Sudi anasema nini? What's his deal? Oscar Sudi. Take it over, Oscar Sudi.
Mr. Kalwale, Senator wa Kakamega, nilikuwa nadhani mtu akisoma kwa daktari anaenda juu kidogo. Inawezekanaje wewe Kalwale umekuwa kwa siasa hii muda mrefu yote unaongea uongo mchana? Unajua nimekuwa nikiona hiyo story ya 20 million for a very long time, about 2 weeks now. Yani Kalwale auamini waumini wa kanisa tukiungana tutasachanga hata 50 million. You don't believe in, because wewe shida yako una believe kwa uchawi. Unajua ukisoma sana ukue daktari alafu rudi nyuma uende zero, ila usema sijui unachinja ng'ombe ndio uingie ndani, sijui ndio upate nini, sijui ufanye nini. Ukirudi kwa uchawi, hiyo ndio confusion uko naye. Number 2, Mr. Kalwale nao wote wananikashifu. 20 million ilikuwa pesa yote ya mchango. In fact hiyo kanisa ilikuwa imechanga 14 million. Sisi ndio tukaongezea hii ya juu na marafiki na watu wengi wenye tunaamini kanisani. Number 2, Kalwale, mimi ni mtu, usiniulize ati nilitoa pesa kutoka kanisani. Nimekuwa nikifanya hiyo kazi before nilikuwa mbunge. Niliona discussion mingi hapo, naona sasa utaenda hata hiyo maneno ya saa. Angalia hiyo saa nilinunua which year. I bought my Range Rover, my first Range Rover when I was 22 years old. So msijisumbue na vitu zingine. Na mimi nataka niwaulize, hii Nairobi, Eldoret, Kakamega, Mombasa, hii mabuilding yote ukipanda ghorofa unaona imejaa all over. Unajua wenyewe? Why Sudi? Why do you have to ask me? Kwani muamini mimi niko na akili? Kwanza inamaanisha kuna kitu najua kushinda nyinyi watu wengi. So please tuache kuingiliana vitu ya upuzi. So mnataka tutembee mguu wote ama unajua wewe Kalwale, shida nimegundua pia unaamini kwa umaskini. So many people
Anyway, that was his response. Oscar Sudi. Obviously, Oscar Sudi is not being. Tuliona picture. We've seen pictures of him. Hizo takiwa 23 years old. Alikuanga makanga, I believe. And there's no way. Obviously, he's lying. So these are the kind of people who are are leading in this government. Hao ndio majamaa wako kwa serikali, okay? Ruto, you see, in fact, there was a point where even Linus Kaikai, I think that's his name, asked the president, alimuuliza leo, akamwambia, Mr. President, do you actually get it? Do you get it? Because it seems like you don't. Watu wako na hasira kwa sababu ya people like Oscar Sudi, Omanga, Murkomen, na wengine wote wako kwa Twitter with those Range Rover mpya, sasa sijui milioni ngapi. Then you're coming to ask us for more tax so you can use it to buy these things while we don't see any services rendered. Mtu kama nani, huyu jamaa anaitwa nani, huyu alikuwa agriculture minister or whatever, CS of Agriculture, Linturi. Everybody and their son and their mama know that Linturi is corrupt and was involved in that fertilizer scandal. And they were calling for his head. Then unaenda una offer wale watu kwa commission 2 million each. And the next thing you know, Linturi is free. And the next day he went to give a speech somewhere about fertilizers and farming. Alafu you're sitting there telling Kenyans that I'm fighting corruption, that I'm willing to talk to Gen Z. What do you want to talk about? Unasema nini? Ati I'll fight corruption kama niku. This is why people are saying there's no need of a discussion. The only discussion that we need to be having with you is a peaceful transition of power. Patiana toka. That is the only discussion we should be having, not a discussion about sijui to fix hivi, sijui tutatoa hii, sijui budget tufanye hivi, sijui finance bill turudishe hivi, sijui. Hiyo train imepita. Once ulitoa mapolisi wakaenda wakachapa watu bunduki na hii abduction inaendelea na majeshi kaleta hapo State House, the discussion is over. Unajua kama if you're having a discussion with somebody, alafu tuanze we are having a debate. If I'm debating with you na wewe ukitoa bunduki, that means that the time for debating is over. Ni saa ya kuchapa mtu, kuua mtu. That's basically what you're saying. Kama tuna debate na ukatoa bunduki, that means the time for talking is over. And that's what you actually showed the Kenyan people when you shot Rex and every other young person who are protesting peacefully in the streets of Nairobi and every other part of Kenya. That's what we are saying. You showed that you don't care. And that interview today, Leo na kina Lenas na Eric na nani, just showed it. It was so apparent that you don't give a rat's ass about Kenyans. It's so clear. Uliulizwa vizuri, what would you tell the mother of Rex? What will you tell her, the mother of Rex? I'll play that clip so you can get it. Ndio mkienda on Tuesday, wale watu wataenda on Tuesday, you get an idea of why this man needs to leave. Not only leave, but leave immediately. He shouldn't be talking. He shouldn't be in the State House. Take a look at this. You make up your mind.
A child can be accounted.
Hold on. Let me bring it back. Here it is.
This boy, 12-year-old, took 8 bullets. 8 bullets into the body of a 12-year-old boy. What would you tell the mother of that boy?
That boy is alive, right?
No, it's not.
Kennedy Onyango died.
He's died.
So he's the one who died.
Yes.
So you're not talking about the person who was shot with rubber bullets.
No.
Yeah.
Shot with bullets 8 times.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
In Gong, this is the situation in Gong, right? In Gong, there was an incident where the police were overpowered by criminals. They took firearm from the police. They used that firearm against people. And one policeman had to shoot this fellow who had hijacked a gun from a policeman so that not to endanger the lives of more citizens. It is among the 3 people. One of the criminals is among the 3 people who was shot by the police after they overpowered the police and took the bullet and took the gun from the police and used it against innocent citizens. I cannot confirm to you that this is not the man that shot the child, but investigations are going on and we will get to the bottom of it.
Mr. President,
I am telling the mother of this young person that I, as president, will make sure that finally I will give her an explanation of what really happened and make sure that we bring this to a situation where, like her, like myself who have children, she too can be, her child can be accounted.
So, did you even listen to that answer? Tafadhali mnisaidie kuchambua hii maneno. Jamaa ameulizwa, ukikutana na mamake Rex ambaye ame-lose mtoto wake katika hizi mninio, he was shot, okay? What would you tell that mother? Because of course, wewe ulipatiana order, polisi waende who was supposed to protect the protesters. Rex was shot. I guess he was leaving walking, going home. Akachapwa na makarao akadedi. What would you tell the mother of that son, of that son, huyo kijana Rex? Now he's trying to give us stories as sijui mtu kulikuwa na wakora walichukua bunduki kutoka kwa polisi. He's not even remorseful. Yani jamaa, Zakayo, what's wrong? Ruto, nini bwana? I want to bring in some panelists. I need help here. I need help from people to understand. On top of the nataka kuleta watu. Are there people who want to get into the new one nisaidia hapa kuchambua maneno? Because Ruto is out of hand. Ruto is out of hand. Ruto amezidi, amechizi. Huyu jamaa, he's not normal. Yani, hata kama you don't care, at least ungeanza tu jifanya ati, okay, first of all, say, I'm sorry, your son lost his life in the middle of this protest. I will see into it that the person responsible for taking Rex's life is brought to justice. That's the least you could have said. But apologize for the lives lost. People die in Rongai. The 10-year-old. Wameambiwa hapo 10-year-old. Hata kama ni criminal jamani. 10-year-old anaweza kuingia parliament achape watu na inaingia parliament. Mtoto wa miaka 10. Githurai. People are being shot, killed. I don't know, 200 and something, 19 or something or more are dead. The last thing you could have said, just say, I'm sorry, people lost lives. There must have been a rogue police in the New York Academy. Tutaangalia ni wakina nani walikuwa responsible. If you really cared. Wewe unaingia hapo unaanza kutuambia kuna wakora fulani walikuja waka overpower the police, they took the bunduki wakaanza kuchapa watu bunduki. What are you doing? What are you saying? What is wrong with this person? I need somebody to help me come chambua this. I will put the link in a few minutes. I want you guys to join me and tell me what's going on, because I cannot.
This boy.
Huh? This is ridiculous. On the other hand, before I bring people in the panel, before I put the link for the panel for wale watu wanataka kuingia, I want to show you a clip. This is from the so-called opposition. members of the opposition. Before I do, tafadhali, again, I beseech you, like the video, kama hauja subscribe immediately, tafadhali, subscribe to this channel. We need to get to at least 10K. Ruto needs to hear our voices. We are, many of us, imagine, Kenyans from across the globe, Kenyans in Kenya, Kenyans in Europe, Kenyans in America, Kenyans in Australia, Kenyans Antarctica, Kenyans kila pahali, are all saying Ruto must resign. Yes, Gen Z are spearheading the movement, but they are saying something that we have advocated for. Accountability. So whether you go to X, you are part of the X discussion, whether you are in other platforms that are pushing for a better country, or you are part of this community, Kenya Revolutionary Community, support these platforms. We are not here for the sake of just being here. We are here to discuss ways of how we can better Kenya, how we can organize ourselves to change the rot in our institutions. So please like this channel. It helps it go to the algorithm when you like it. And don't be passive. I know you like listening, you might enjoy listening, but you can subscribe. Put your notification on so when I come in, you can join in. I'll put the link for anyone and anybody who wants to say something. I don't have a lot of questions. Nyinyi mtajibu maswali. Leo mtaniambia tu maoni yenu regarding this, what happened today, what happened that, especially that, I thought he was going to call this press conference and change his mind, say, oh, you know what, I'm sorry, this is. Kumbe jamaa, aliona hiyo nafasi hiyo. Ruto, you're done. But as I say, let us not make a mistake of letting this guy head us to election. Rig your election, not to make sure aji rig back in the neo. So he has to be removed by a popular revolution. The so-called opposition, let me play that before I put the link in, so ndio watu waingie. The so-called opposition, the head of the opposition, had something to say too. Can we listen to him? Let's listen in.
For this, you're going to talk about, and you're saying that this time has now come for Kenyan people to come together as one people and talk as one people and talk about the Kenya we want. This is the time for this. You're going to talk about the details of those engagement in the coming weeks. And you're saying that this time has now come.
Haya, huyo ni Raila. Ye bado anatuambia mambo ya ninio, ya sijui discussion. Sasa tuna discuss nini? What are we discussing, Raila Odinga? What are we discussing? Somebody help me. What are we discussing? Raila anatuambia to discuss. Okay, let me put the link up so anyone who wants to get in can get in and have this discussion with me. If you want to join the studio, I'm just requesting one thing. Open your mic. We see your face. Then, ingia studio na uniambie maoni yako about what you transpired today. What do you think about Ruto? Where are we heading? How should we do this? On Thursday ndio hiyo inakuja, Tuesday inakuja, maandamano tunarudi. There's the link. Control opposition. Yes, Obuganda Katende, I agree with you. Here's the link. Click the link if you want to enter the studio. Click the link to enter the studio. I'll be here for another 30 so minutes, depending on how it goes. Click the link to enter the studio. Enter the studio and turn on your microphone, turn on your video, alafu tuendelee tukiendeleanga. Alright, namwona Nisha kwa hapo, basi wacha nimuingize Nish. There's the link, guys. Do not be shy. Links. Nish, karibu.
Asante sana. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well, clear, and yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I can't, Paliniko, I can't turn on my mic, my camera right now, but I just wanted to read something. Maybe it could help us understand what's going on with him. So these are symptoms. So there is boldness, superficial charm, pathological lying, lack of empathy or remorse, inclination to violence and psychological manipulation, impulsivity, and narcissism. All these I'm reading from the Wikipedia page. These are the symptoms for psychopathy. I think that sums up what we saw today in William Ruto.
Yes, I agree. Yani, I thought, in fact, I was surprised that he's the one, him and his advisors called for the sit down. So maybe, I mean, if they're calling for a sit down, I would expect that maybe wanataka kujaribu ku amend their image by at least pretending to be sorry for what has happened, trying to meet the people in the middle. But here is what we are seeing.
Well, I think that was probably the intention. Maybe they didn't expect the journalists to go so hard with the questions, or maybe they're just living in denial. Like in his head, he's like, I'm on top of the world. No one can touch me. I'll just go and spew my lies, and everyone will believe me. Like he's disconnected from reality. Like he still thinks, I can say whatever I want and you'll believe me. He's above everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yani mpaka kuna mahali Linus was like, do you get it? Yani unajua kana journalists anakuuliza hivyo. And they were trying so hard to be respectful. Like, do you actually get it? I was like, hey, nani, Wash Kenya, ebu niambie maoni yako kabla sijarudi kwa nani, kwa Nish. Sorry, let me unmute you. All right, go ahead. Wash Kenya, endelea.
Unanipata?
Nakupata kabisa.
Okay, huyu jamaa tu, huyu mtu nikaa vile tu amechizi. Anaweza tuambiaje ati Githurai hakukuwa na story. Na hii kitu ni kitu real. Kuna wasee bado wako si mpaka saa hii venye tunaongea walishutiwa. Jamaa wanaongea, anaulizwa kaa kuna huyu kijana alipigwa risasi 8 bullets. Bado anauliza, is he still alive? Imagine 8 bullets. What a fuck.
Yeah.
This man is not serious about this country.
Oh, sorry. I muted the wrong person. Hold on.
This man is not serious. Na tukiendelea hivi, hii nchi yetu haitaenda mbele. We are here on a serious note that tunataka huyu jamaa atoke. Na tukingoja mpaka 2027, huyu msee baada tarig tu. Hiyo naye tumejua. Na hiyo rigging scheme tushajua, ashaanza kujipanga. Unasikia mtu kuongea kama ako confident hivi, meaning amejua ashajipanga fiti. Hata kama tuingie kwa debe kama majenzis na millennials, hatutamtoa. Tumtriple off mapema.
Yeah, nakubali. Mi vile alikuwa nauliza hivyo, leo acha nimlete Katende nisikie Katende anatuambiaje. Katende, hebu nieleze, huyu jamaa vipi bana? What's going on with him? Nisha ameniambia he's a psychopath. Ulionaje hiyo ninio? Hiyo press conference or whatever it was, a sit down. Unmute your mic. Nimecomute. Let me unmute you, sorry.
Timeline. Okay, when will asema nipeni 1 year. Nifanye hii. Kwa nini tukupe 1 year? Kwa sababu kadha. Ile kama inazungumza nisikiza. Kenya Rebo, wanasikia?
Nakusikia Salim, endelea.
Mimi nazungumza na wewe. Habari gani ba?
Oye, mzuri.
Mimi ni anti-Ruto policies forever. Sijampigia kura na wala sitampigia kura. Lakini kama mtu mzima, kama an adult, kama mzazi wa majenzi, unaona? Leo Ruto ukiangalia body language yake ame compromise a lot. kwa sababu yaonekana experience yangu the foreign friends wamembetray, wako tayari, ndio maana. Alafu hii it's an opportunity for Gen Z kuingia kwenye political decisions in Kenya officially, formally. Ruto amewapa chance waje fanya dialogue, wafanye dialogue, watu wote waone live, and then tutajua Ruto ni mrongo. Wataweka timeline, ili demand za Gen Z wataka hivi na hivi, tutataka timeline fulani, watu watashuhudia. Atatekeleza sawa, hatekelezi tutamtoa.
Lakini
kama watu wazima sisi opt kwa, mimi naangalia benefit ya Gen Z. Benefit yao ni nini? Kwamba wamepata opportunity ya kuingia kwenye political decisions ya Kenya officially, because ikiwa Ruto atatoka and then another president comes na ameona nyinyi mkolizo mmemondoa the predecessor wake, you think he will allow you muwe karibu na yeye? Ata create laws ambao itawafanya Gen Z wawe na viongozi wawe wawili, so that he can handle it. Ashaona nyinyi mlimondoa rais aliyekuwa nyuma yake, you think atakubali kuwa karibu na nyinyi? Tuangalie benefit hapa. Benefit moja inapatikana, Gen Z's, the youth, they'll be the political decision makers wa Kenya officially. That's achievement number 1, to have a dialogue with the president. Number 2, they want to prove to us kwamba Ruto ni mrongo. Have dialogue with him and then give him a timeline, the demands wanazotaka. Ruto amesema live kwenye sote tumesikia, kama wataka mtu awe fired, he'll fire. Ame cancel nio, ame compromise. Kama watu wazima tuende na akili ya kiutu uzima, the guy compromise mbele yetu, so tayari sha compromise. Sisi opt kwa dialogue. Nyinyi wajua transition ya kutoa president for another president, tutakula ngumu jamaa, tutakula ngumu. Mimi shaona 82, I was there. Wewe bado ni mtoto nafikiri kwangu. Mimi nimeona tutakula ngumu. Haya basi kutoka da. So mimi opt for dialogue, na wewe pia I suggest wewe kama ni channel yako promote for peace. Tuende kwenye dialogue, tuangalie mazuri yake, and then you opt for another thing. Promote dialogue please. Thank you.
Asante. Katende bado huko? Katende, endelea. Maoni yako? Katende, hello. Sikusikii. Katende, sijui microphone vipi huko, lakini anyway, narudi katika hii point hivi. Namuona Captain naye ameingia, karibu. Haya. Captain karibu. Katende, tengeza mic, sijui mic yako mvipi? Najaribu lakini Katende, are you able to hear me? Something is wrong with Katende. I think he has a connection problem. Okay, let me bring in Kip. La. Kip, can you hear me? Mwanisikia? I don't know if it's me or...
Unanipata?
Sana kupata. Endelea, Kip. Swali ni hivi, maoni yako vipi kwa hiyo sit down ambao rais alikuwa nayo na hao journalists watatu?
Kwanza kabisa, kama Gen Z watategemea maoni ya watu wengine wako hapa, kama wanasikia hizi hapa, I can tell them you are not going anywhere.
Kama maoni gani?
Saa hii subject imechange kuwa Ruto sijui nini 27, sio finance bill tena. Hiyo debate yake aliongea, alisema ako tayari kama wanataka kuengage kwa X, wherever the platform they want, wherever they want to meet, ako tayari. So for me, even though Gen Zs, I don't know if they have a leader or whoever, kama mtu amejitolea kubali kuongea na wao, so Gen Zs hata pia wangekubali waketi na yeye, alafu wasikize sasa, wasikizane, waelewane. Unaona? Kwa sababu saa hizi hata yeye mwenyewe atajifungua mikono, amesema nimejifungua, niko open tupatane na hawa watu.
Lakini niko na swali, watapatanaje vipi? Number 1, Gen Z wamesema they are leaderless, okay? But there's one thing they agree on. Wanasema okay, tukiangalia historia ya nini dialogue always ends up into wale watu ambao walienda dialogue wataambiwa haya utakuwa part of serikali. So for example, tukiwa na leader tuseme wakuapishe wewe ndio kwa leader wa Gen Z, uende hapo State House, watakaa chini na wewe alafu atakwambia haya sawa, tutakubali, tutafanya ABCD, alafu we ingia serikali hapo, utakupatia minister or something. Then we don't see anything being implemented. We saw that with Raila and Azimio time after time, 2017, 2022 na hii mambo ingine. Why should we have a dialogue? Ndio maana watu nasema saa ya kuongea imepita. Ruto, the only thing we have to agree upon with Ruto is this: Ruto, toka, time yako imeisha, tungoji 2027, resign, no more talking. The only talk we should be talking about is about transitioning into the new or interim government. Does that make sense? I'm too ambitious on this. Yeah.
You know what? Even from where we are all of us very rude. That is why Ruto is answering the way what he's answering. Agencies are on someone's neck the way they are on someone's neck. Even you introduce this platform by saying, let's all of us have a picture on the screen. Wewe peke yako ndio kwa screen haina picha yako. Kenyans are rude. Let me say this. The way William Ruto is answering, where if it is even you, Kenya Rebel, what do you want the president to do? It is not now the finance bill that you are talking about. Kumbe ilikuwa president tu atoke.
No, keep.
Listen, let me finish.
Okay.
What if now we bring back the finance bill the way it is and William Ruto resigns? Will you agree that?
No. I resign. Mimi nasema hivi. I resign na hiyo finance bill pia tuna withdraw. Kwa sababu gani? Si nimekupatia reason nani? Nimekupatia reason. Wacha nipatie Nisha niambie the reason. I want others to participate. Sitaki ati mimi ndio nakujibiana na wewe debate. Nataka ikuwe debate ambao nyote mnaongea. Acha nilete Nish.
Yes.
Nish, jibu ya swali.
Okay, maybe I will speak for the younger generation because I feel like I'm maybe the youngest one on this panel. There is no such thing as dialogue. You don't dialogue with a psychopath. You don't dialogue with a conman. You don't dialogue with a thief. You don't dialogue with a murderer. There's someone who gave a nice example this week at one of the spaces I attended. Alisema, if someone feeds you food and you iko poison once, alafu akuje baadaye, you survive that, akuje akwambia, okay, forgive me, let's dialogue now, I've changed, alafu akuservie food. Will you be able to eat that food? If you do, you're not in your right mind. Like, there's no dialogue. This person, and he's not even trying to hide the fact that he does not care. People have died. Wanamuuliza that 22 people have died, people are in hospitals. Yeye anaongea ati 2 billion in property damage. Who cares about property damage? Who's going to return the life that has been lost? This person, I am telling you, he's a psychopath. There's no such thing as dialogue. Isn't it tactics? Alafu hiyo anasema ati dialogue. What will the dialogue look like? They will create, he proposed some bogus committee of 100 people. That committee will sit down for 2 years. Nothing will come out of it. Anything you say, don't worry, we're discussing it in the committee. And on top of that, hiyo tu ni pesa itaendelea kuenda kwa all those committee meetings. Like, this is just a diversion tactic. You cannot trust this man. He has already shown that. And if you don't believe me, you look at his track record. Mtu amesha kudanganya 100 times. What makes you think the 101th time he won't lie? Seriously. No, and people who are saying, it's not easy to overthrow a government, we need the finance bill, we need this, we need that. No, we don't need that. There are so many professionals in this country, so many people who are qualified, who could lead this country. Why are we still allowing ourselves to be held hostage by a few who are just power hungry and greedy? Surely. How many young Kenyans here can bring this country forward? We're just going to wait here and say, no, we're too scared of a revolution. What's that? And then, I'm sorry, with all due respect to the person who said, I was there in 92 or something when there was a revolution. This is 2024. We have something you did not have back then. Even the old people who are saying now, we were young once, we also tried. You did not have the power of the internet on your side. This is a huge game changer. How is it possible that Gen Zs were able to mobilize themselves without, I don't know, Baba or whoever telling them to go to the streets? Even today, they went to the streets. Everyone knows that the Mandamano will be on Tuesday. That was the agreed upon plan. Gen Zs went today either way. They don't care. So you can't say it, let's dialogue, let's this and that. We are way past the point of dialogue. That is just a diversion tactic. And they think we're still, I don't know, they think we're in the dark ages or something. This is what they're failing to realize. Kenya is mostly made up of young people, not just any young people, young and educated people. You cannot keep using the same tactics of yesteryears. Mnakuja mnatudanganya na dialogue, mnatudanganya na prayers. I saw some MPs who voted yes got out of being beaten by just giving packets of ungas. Surely, packet of unga imekufanya usahau you might be losing your shamba tomorrow. How does that even make any sense? Well, we are not the same. We are not the same generation. I'm sorry, with all due respect. If you are not able to stand behind us, at least don't stand in our way. But there's no dialogue. No. We are way past that.
Haya, Wash Kenya. Dialogue namna gani? Salim ameniambia na captain wanasema nyinyi kichwa ngumu hata kamera mweki. Hii generation nyinyi. Nyinyi. Haya, endelea Wash Kenya kabla sijaingia kwa Salim.
Umejua dialogue hatuwezi, hakuna story ya dialogue hapa. Story ya dialogue tushaona venye kunaenda. Hii ni plan tu ya huyu jamaa kuconvince wase ati nimewaleta kwa table nini. Now we know au ni psychopaths watakuja wanunuliwe, story ishe, then tubaki tu kwa ile story moja moja, tumeandamana, tumeuliwa na story imeisha. Wase wapewe venye wanapewa, wakishanaona kidogo wanaanza kuwa na viburi. Akina Sudi hao kuna time walikuwa naongea vizuri, siku hizi ni kiburi tu. Na tunawaona wakishanaona kidogo sasa wanaanza kututapikia. Hii story ya dialogue hakuna. Huyu jamaa kama tuwezi kumtoa, hakuna story ingine.
Sasa hata nikimleta hapa mtamwambia nini? But wacha nimlete Salim kidogo. Shikilia hapo kidogo maana Salim ameniuliza nimpatie ninio. By the way, Helen anauliza swali nzuri hapo kwa ninio Salim kabla sijakuleta. Anasema NADCO iliendaje? Maana you remember when they were talking about Salim has just dropped. Anyway, but remember when they were talking about dialogue the last time, ile ilikuwa ya Azimio, hiyo ilikuwa si Gen Z. Walikuwa nasema dialogue ndio itatuletea hizi, it will bring us peace, we shall have a nininio. Wakapewa 100 million to talk about that stuff in Bomas. Alafu story kaisha hivyo, bado hata hatujajui NADCO iliendaje. And that NADCO was all about creating a new position, changing the constitution ndio wapatiane nafasi, wapatiane sijui prime minister hapa na hii ujinga yote. But hawaku agree upon what most Kenyans wanted, which was to bring down the cost of living. So, Salim naona amerudi. Salim, you next. Najua ulikuwa unataka upewe nafasi ya kuongea. Sawa basi Salim, shukran. Endelea. Tiagas naye namwona mwongea. Salim, mic is on you. Amedrop tena. Sijui connection yake mbaya ama nini. Sawa, wacha tuende Captain, I want you to rebut to what Nisha amesema. Umetuambia Wakenya kichwa ngumu. Ebu, what do you think about Nisha amesema?
Kenyans are not rude because they need to be rude. Kenyans are rude because of the situations they are going through. Let me tell you. You can be persevering today, you persevere tomorrow. Who are you to persevere for that long? And people are making money in the same government. I support what Nish is saying, and I'm for them. I'm for Gen Zs myself. But these associations of associating themselves, somebody brought democracy in Kenya. Politicians like Alfred Kithi and Babu, they are joining them. For what? They have been there in politics before. Let Gen Zs to go. Even some of the people they are saying they are millennials here. If you are tough enough, why don't you overtake Gen Zs and start your own as millennials? Because Gen Zs have shown us the way, and we are for that way. Don't come here to associate with them, side that they can come down on pursuing what they need. Gen Zs, go for it, and I tell you, go for it.
Okay. All right. Wacha nimlete Tiagas pia tuambie, kabla sijui Salim alipotea wapi, lakini wacha nimlete Tiagas mara moja tuambie maoni yake ya leo, alafu tunamleta Salim. Najua Salim alikuwa anataka kuongea, alikuwa na point kali. Wacha nilete tear gas mwanzo alafu tutaenda kwa Sali. Tear gas, go ahead. Vipi? Unmute. Wacha nimsaidie kwa unmute kidogo. Tear gas, unisikia? Jina nzuri hiyo tear gas, lakini naiogopa.
Labda ako na shida ya network.
Ya haya sawa basi. Wacha tutamgoja kama hizi kwa mute. Wacha nimlete Sali.
Wakati tunamgoja Kenya Rebel, I was telling myself, these Gen Zs, they must be the ones walikuwa wanaenda Karen wanapewa hii kitu ya kupiga nywele, blow dry, wanapewa bidhaa ya kinyozi. Wengine unaona wanasukuma the president who was deputy by then na wheelbarrow wakiimba sijui nini. Sasa kumbe kuna kitu waliambiwa na waliambiwa labda hata ilikuwa 100 days, lakini wamefumbilia sana, imekuwa 1 year. You see, that is why now they are coming back. They need to be told the truth. You see, karibisha mgeni.
Aya, ngoja nimpatie Salim. Salim alikuwa na point kali, alikuwa ananiambia nimpatie nafasi. Wacha nimpatie nafasi alafu nimlete mgeni J hapo. Aya, Salim endelea. The mic is on you. Ulikuwa unasemaje? Jamani, kwani leo mic imekuwa shida leo ama ni nani alifanya ile kitu? Itumbi alifanya ile kitu.
Wanasikia?
Nakusikia sasa, endelea.
Gen Z lazima wapate elders, wapate watu experience waongozi. Wakimtoa huyu, alafu nyinyi watu wanaota. Watu kumjua Ruto is a very hard man. Ikiwa ameconcede on air live, watu wote wameona. Prove to us kwamba Ruto is fake. Sit with him. Kinyi mnasema hakuna, unataka dialogue, unataka kumuondoa. Mtamuondoa wapi? This guy akijijenga, akijireform tena, itakuwa opportunity tumepoteza. So hii dialogue ni muhimu, otherwise kumuondoa mtu kama Ruto, hiyo ni ndoto. Maanake ingekuwa hapendwi sasa hivi right now as we speak, ingekuwa no, ujamaa hatakiwi. The whole Kenyan population angesema toka nda zako. Lakini kwa nini watu wanashindwa kumuondoa? Because half of population ya Kenya wako na yeye. Ingekuwa hatakani angetoka. Fuateni statistics. Msifuate tu ni mafikira zenu. Mimi ni anti Ruto bana. Lakini ni mzazi. Naangalia ni peace na stability. Jamaa ameoffer dialogue, chance hiyo, chukua dialogue, negotiate, mpeni timeline. Okay. Hii mpaka muda fulani ufanye kitu fulani. Ukuweza toka. Sasa nyinyi mtaka kumuondoa, the guy ana forces zote iko chini yake. Utamuondoa wapi? Mnaicha maafa. Nisha nani ile Gen Z msichana aitwaye Nish. Please change your mind. Wewe umesoma, una intellectual, sawa, good for you, but you need experience. So Gen Z, go find experience. Thank you.
Haya, nitakuleta lakini nipatie dakika moja nimwache Jay azungumze lao kabla huja reply kwa Salim. Jay, karibu. Welcome.
Yeah. I think the time for dialogue was 2 weeks ago. I think Ruto's panicking. I think no one knows what to do here. It's a situation one's been in before, so I think he's panicking. He doesn't know what to do.
Hold on, sir. Yeah. There's somebody needs to. Sorry, let me mute somebody's mic here. On his Salim. Okay. Who else is? All right. I think we're good. All right. Sorry about that, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying we're in uncharted waters, and I don't think Ruto knows what to do because no one's been in this situation before. And it was time for dialogue. That was 2 weeks ago, and that's long past. So no one knows what to do here at this point. Neither Gen Z or Ruto himself. So everyone's panicking.
So what's the next step? Do we keep on Mandamano till he steps down, or I mean, you say dialogue is not an option right now. So
I think Mandamano is a way to go because I think we've already committed at this point. So there's no need to stop because if you stop, that will be a admission of defeat or compromise. So I think we should just keep going because that's the only way. I think.
Good point. Naona Jay ndio the only Kenyan ambao kichwa yake si ngumu. He has his camera on. So nani Nish nitakuleta because you were mentioned, then I'll bring Tear Gas. Tear Gas is back, but let me bring Nish because her name was mentioned not adversely, but you know,
Yes, I was told to go and get some experience.
Yes, send katengeze CV, go get a CV, come back when you experience before you go to
So
tell us.
I will like you tell me I don't have experience. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't have experience, but I have a brain and I have eyes and I can see what's happening. This is not rocket science. Like anyone who can analyze this situation can tell you what is happening. And if I'm not the one with the experience, like I said before, there are many people in this country who have experience. Not only in this country, but outside of the country. Many Kenyans have gone abroad because they just cannot flourish in this environment. But the brains are there, the experience is there. So once we take out all the trash, the good people who can do the good job will come back and they'll be there. So I'm not worried about that. But I think this is not a chance we can let go of. We cannot let this pass. This moment, like everything is well aligned for this revolution to take place now. If we let this pass, we will all lament, we will all cry tears of blood because he will come after us one after the other. Like I said the last time I was on the show, if he is able to kill and abduct people on live TV while he's still there, what will he do when the pressure has decreased and people have moved on and no one is paying attention? We will all start disappearing in the middle of the night and no one will know. So we cannot let this moment pass. And I will say this again respectfully to the older generation. If you're afraid of a revolution, please sit down and watch the rest of us fight for this. We are not backing down. I'm sorry if you find it disrespectful. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm speaking without experience, but this is not just me. And you're saying the whole country wants, like half the country wants him. No, many people are tired of this. And I think even today, more people are tired of him. So let's wait and see what will happen. But don't tell us, no, don't try. Don't hold us back. Okay? This world is what it is today because of people who took risks. People who did not listen to people telling them, no, don't try. It's impossible. It will be hard. You can't dethrone the king. You can't depose a sitting president. What are you going to do? The government, no. The naysayers have always been there. So it is not an impossible task. It might be difficult, but it is not impossible. And we're not backing down. We have our youth. We have time on our side. We have the energy and the conviction. So if you're the older generation and you're not convinced, I respect you for that because it is your opinion and you're entitled to your opinion. But please, just don't try and stand in our way because we're blazing through this thing. That's all I can say.
All right. Tear gas. It's been a while sijakuona. Tear gas. Tafadhali salimia watu na tuambie maoni yako. It's been a while sijakuona. Hebu unmute mic yako alafu uendelee.
I don't know if I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Okay, that's nice. Now, I've been away for work, but now I'm back.
Karibu.
The thing is, systems are not working for anyone. Be it the health sector, be it important systems are not working. If you look at for example the health sector, doctors are suffering right now. And look at the person who he has appointed to be the CS for health. Somebody who's so clueless, somebody who went for med school online. And you expect the same people to give you results. Look at this person here, this Felix Koskei guy. He just believes in community. These people can even form a committee to kill a snake. You have seen a snake. If you have seen a snake, you kill it. You don't form a committee to kill a snake. These are the kind of people we have. And the thing is, however long it will take, change is going to happen. It looks hard, but pole to it. Because how can people be abducted in broad daylight? Mtu ametoka church and then the same person is going to church. Yeye ako church, lakini sasa mtu mwingine ametoka church anashikwa. We can't operate that way. That's a mafia state. The thing is, it's just a matter of time, but the results will be there, and everyone will be there to watch.
So wewe utaki negotiation, mnafaa tuendelee tu hivyo.
People have been trying to talk to him. You know, all this is happening as a result of putting incompetent people in power. For example, right now, when, let's say, if I was a government official, and I should not be flaunting being on a plane, something of that sort. You see, on the current state of the country right now, as things are, right? It does not make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have this person who is in office illegally. The CEO for Kenya Power. The guy is in first class and is flaunting akiwa hapo kwa hiyo bei ya first class, you know, and you wonder which kind of people are these. Okay. So there's a lot of systems are broken down. NIF is not working. A lot of things are not working for people, and that's what people want. People want a working system. Nobody cares about who is in power. People just want systems to work. That's what people are asking for. And the good thing right now, people are educated. He cannot fool people. He cannot even divide people along tribal lines so that he can rule them. People are very educated, and in fact, now what most of us are doing, we want to try to break down the language barrier which has been existing. So if somebody is a Kikuyu, if there's a message to be conveyed, you convey it in Kikuyu. If it's in Luya, that way we'll find that our parents will be kind of helped from this capture which has been happening for quite some time, because now people are enlightened, because the systems are not working for anyone, and that's where I feel like the change is going to come.
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me bring. Thank you so much, Tiagas. Sijakuona kwa siku mingi. You are one of the people who I haven't seen for a while, but nimeshukuru kukuona.
Yeah, I'm happy. Even I'm seeing we have good numbers, and that's some great change.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So bring your friends and like the video, subscribe, ndio tuone watu wengi wazidi kuingia hapa. We can have this discussion. Let me bring Babul before I bring my brother Kip. Babul, is it Babul? Am I saying it right? Babul, endelea. Tell us maoni yako.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Good morning, brother. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good morning,
yes,
good night, everything.
Skiza, there is no dialogue with Ruto. Ruto is yani hata sijui kusema. I'm an old man. I know what the young people are getting. Now wana struggle. What awaje watoto 300 kids, and then you say I want to dialogue. Why don't you dialogue before they come out? Sasa hiyo kutiza watu shere ama ni kudanganya watu. So I don't think it's a good idea to sit down with Ruto. Ruto is a criminal number one. Ule jamaa wa Misko yule alioshikwa na America anaitwaje? Ruto is more than that guy. Thank you, brother. That's what I have.
Asante. Thank you. Like the video, subscribe na uwe hapa kila siku. Haya, Kip. Salim aliuliza swali nzuri, alituliza hivi. Salim made a point that okay, sisi we want to change the system. Tutamtoaje? Huyu jamaa kuna majeshi, kuna mapolisi, he's abducting people, he's doing all this stuff. How will we really remove him? Kip.
Can I contribute?
What? I'll come to you. Let me get to Kip. Amenyamaza sana, alafu I'll come back to you, tear gas. Just in a minute. Najua kuna tear gas, lakini ngoja, unajua tumeogopa tear gas.
Kenya Rebel, we agreed and we've said that these people are well informed. And I don't know, that is why Nish there told, I think she was referring to Salim by saying we are moved by technology. These people, they are moved by internet. That is what the source is uniting them. But when Salim come here and tell us the stories of 1982, and for them they were not informed. So these people, they love away. Don't think that until where they are, we don't know how these people even met. Now the Gen Zs are the topic of the whole world, not Kenya alone. So if these people, they are now the topic of the whole world, who united them to come together? That is the question Salim should ask himself. But asking us that how shall we remove Ruto, it is very hard. Oh, Jeshi this, Jeshi that. This thing has never happened in Kenya alone. We've been seeing countries, the president is being removed. And maybe they are using the same tactics. But coming here to say that it will be very, very hard. Of course, somebody is saying we will suffer. Yes, of course we will suffer. That is when we know now, when you go to the kitchen, kuna smoke, kuna ile moshi itakupata ukipika chakula. Na unaenda jikoni tu ukijua lazima upatane na hiyo moshi. So these Gen Zs, they are aware that this revolution they are doing, there are casualties that will come after that. There are aftermaths that might be positive and some might be very negative. They are aware of everything. So when let's not review them. Let's give them the support to drive this country. We have a better country. Or if it is to finish it, let's finish it and then we start from zero.
Thank you. Tiagas, ulikuwa na maoni yako, ulikuwa nasema kitu before I bring in Salim. Because Salim, to be fair to Salim, 1982 was a military coup d'etat attempt which failed. Then 1992 na hizo maandamano za Sabasaba, they were still meeting. People were still meeting Sabasaba without internet. Walikuwa nakutana. So you really didn't need the internet, though internet is a great tool to use to mobilize people, but they still did their thing. Tiagas, ulikuwa na kitu unataka kuniambia vile utatoa Ruto? How will you do so? Jamaa kuna army na kila kitu. Utafanya nini?
It's very simple. Right now we need him to give us commissioners. After ameshatupatia commissioners
wa IBC.
Yeah, because there are 2 constituencies that don't have MPs for over now a year. And the other thing the other funny thing is that IBC is so dysfunctional that they can't even conduct T elections for people in Rift Valley. So we need commissioners. After he has given us commissioners, now people are free to recall the MPs they don't want.
But Tiagas, if you are relying on him to give you a commissioner, the commissioners that are going to conduct this election, how confident are you that this IEBC will be doing it fairly, or they'll be working on his behalf to help him win the re-election or put in MPs that are going to work for his in his favor?
The good thing now, I think right now people are just trying to brainstorm what to do, but the most important thing will be mass voter registration, because the other thing for the youth, that is. And apart from that, I think people need to be, there's a lot of most of the voters are illiterate. So in some parts of the country. So if that can be done, for the youth now, they have to come up in large numbers. People have to register as voters, and those who have registered as voters have to go and vote. In that way, it will be so hard in this modern generation of TikTok. I have a feeling that TikTok is where the revolution is at. That's why it's happening. In fact, it's not even happening on Twitter. It's happening on TikTok because it looks fun on the videos, and now most people want to come and join. So if the Gen Z or the youth come in large numbers and be station themselves at the polling station, because I don't think that's hard, being that everyone has suffered. It will be so hard for him to steal.
Okay. Salim, you've been mentioned here. Wamesema uliwapatia onyo ukaambia bana wewe uko na experience, umeona kila kitu na kumtoa huyu jamaa haitakuwa rahisi. Salim has dropped. Jay.
Kenya Rebel, even as you giving out, even on the private chat, you see what he has written.
What Salim has written?
He's against these Gen Zs.
Who, Salim?
I think this guy, I don't know.
It's okay. Let him. What we have to have also machanganyiko ya maoni. Kuna watu ambao wanasema they don't like Gen Z, which is fine. Wacha akuja tuambie vile maoni yake. There's nothing wrong with that, Kip. Unanipata?
Yeah, nakupata Kenya Rebel, because you see, I heard the president saying that he was asked how this MP salary should be reduced to 200,000. Also, the cabinet secretary's salary should be reduced. The offices of those women, I can mention those 3 women: Bibi Musalia, Bibi Yage, Bibi huyu Gachagua, na hata hii msichana yake iko ofisi tunalipia na tax.
Shalina kuna ofisi?
Nani?
Shalina kuna ofisi?
What is the office of the first daughter's office? Office of the daughter of the president. Ukumbukie mwenyewe alisema.
Hey, okay. Endelea.
Wewe uko nyuma sana, wewe uko Minnesota una nini tu.
Siko Minnesota.
This guy has been told if you are to reduce the salaries of this. Na akasema hata yake mwenyewe he reduce his own salary. But now he came back to the panelists there and say, but that is not on my side. It is in parliament. The parliament has the power to do it. You see? So when we talk of now like saying IBC commissioners or not whatever, he will now run away here by saying it is the power of the parliament to propose those commissioners that we have them or we don't have them.
No, actually, wacha ni kujinio. Alisha choose inaitwa select panel. Alishachagua. Lakini Azimio ndio zile siku za maandamano ziko zinaendelea, na Azimio akasema ati hawezi kuchagua IBC unless sisi tuongee, mpaka tuongee, unless tuongee. Sasa ndio akasema okay, sawa tuongeeni, ndio wakakuja mambo ya NADCO. In fact, I played a video in my last video yesterday about Wandai anasema ati they should implement parliament, the next ninio kitu inafaa kupitishwa next is to implement the NADCO report, which also imebeba hiyo mambo ya IBC, kwa sababu Azimio anataka waongeze the number of IBC. So that's part of it, which is in it. And sijui, I'll come back to Nish, but before I go to Nish, I wanted to hear from Salim to rebut, then tuende Jay, because Jay is the only one who ambayo hana kichwa ngumu. Nyinyi wengine ni kichwa ngumu. So let me go to Salim, because you know he's been mentioned adversely. Ajitetee, alafu tumlete Jay, then Nish. All right, Salim.
Okay, unisikia? Mimi kisha tatengeza simu yangu, nitabadilisha simu, nitaweka simu ya kamera mnione.
Sawa.
Sasa mimi nasema, angalia, hii ni Egypt wameanza revolution. The president then the army wakamwambia president, weka state of emergency, weka curfew. The president akasema no, nimekataa. Maana I think the president alidecided pia atatoka. Hapa ikiwekwa state of emergency curfew, ukitoka unakuwa short. Nani atatoka? Nani atatoka nje? Na wakati kuna curfew unaingilia door to door. Nakumbuka it will not be KDF, it will be the foreign friends wa Ruto. Mercenaries wako wengi sana. Watakuja hapa ni Africans kama sisi tutadhania ni wa Kenya, kumbe ni mercenaries. Door to door. Mnaolewa polepole hivyo mkiona. Wenchi ngapi ambao wameweka state of emergency curfew wakasurvive. So hii revolution ikiwa mnao plan who is next, tutagree. Lakini ati revolution and then who's next? Hii ni Kenya bana. Hii sisi ni wazazi, tuna wajukuu. Mtakuja mtaribu because of nini yaitwaje nini adrenaline zenu mlionazo, nguvu zenu na hamu zenu. Cool down, have experience, have talk. Number 2, when did Gen Z had any dialogue? When wanakata dialogue na hii is the first achievement yenu mmepata. You'll be in record kwamba you'll be in political decisions ya Kenya from onwards. Mkikana Ruto, it will be formally recognized kwamba Gen Z ama youth must be part of political decisions in Kenya. This is an opportunity kwao. You think another president akija ameona nyinyi mmemsumbua Ruto atakubali you were part of the decision? No, you will create laws ya kwa political. It's an opportunity, yeah? Check it, Gen Z. Wacheni kusikiliza na hamasa zenu. Hamuna plan, who will agree? Revolution, Ruto must go. Okay, Kenya, who's next? You think the foreign friends na army watu wazima watakubali? Wacheni utoto. Kweni na plan. First of all, prove to us you are matured enough. Have dialogue. Let's see what you have. Una nini? How you dialogue? Do you have emotions? Ama do you have personalities? Ama do you have any Kenyan interest? Tutajua. Have dialogue. Let's see your first achievement. And then you'll have our support. Nyimbo asema unakata dialogue, then your interest is another thing. Hamtetei Kenya, ni warongo. Muna have another interest. Have dialogue. See what we have. Mpeni Ruto timeline. Tunakupa timeline hii mpaka hii. Toa hii, fute kazi huyu, fanya hivi. Timeline mpaka December. We'll see. Ruto akiperform well and good. Asipoperform tunamtoa. Maana tumeona, tumeshuhudia, mumeparticipate kwenye dialogue, mumeprove kwamba your interest is the country, not personalities. You have not even had a single dialogue. This is it's an achievement kwenu kubwa to have a dialogue with the president. Political decision muna make, it will be history. Munaitupa kwa sababu mnafuata nini? Revolution mtakuondoa. This is a country bana. There are people lives up. Thank you.
Sawa. Good point. Naona watu wanawashwa. Wacha nipatie Jay kidogo. Jay, alafu nimpatie Nish, alafu tuende Tiagas pia alikuwa anataka kusema kitu, lakini wacha nipatie Jay next. Jay, then Tiagas, then Nish. Najua Nish has a lot of points written down ready. Captain pia namuona amewacha kichwa ngumu, sasa ameweka kamera. Sawa Jay, have at it.
That's on the state of emergency. People are already being shot. They've been being shot for the last 2 weeks or 6 years, if you want to count that far back. So I don't think having a state of emergency will stop people from actually going out and protesting. And on the foreign fence bit, the Americans have elections, the British have elections, the French have elections. So getting involved in all these, foreign policy stuff, it's not something they're likely to do. But I think Sally made a key point when it comes to do with what we do next. So let's say we get what people want and Ruto's gone. What happens next? That's the scary unknown part. So I think Salim has some points there, but yeah.
All right, good point. Very quickly, very succinctly, tear gas, I'll give you 2 minutes because Nish was next. And najua ameshangoja hapo. Nish, tear gas really quick, then we go to Nish because she's been quiet for a while.
I just want to advise Salim. Salim, mi nataka nikwambie kitu moja. Huwezi ongea na msee mwenye anasema ati mwanahabari anamuuliza ati kuna mtoto alipigwa risasi 6. Alafu mtu anauliza ati huyu mtoto alikufa ama bado ako hai. Huwezi negotiate na mtu kama huyo. Ya pili, huwezi negotiate na mtu kuliko akina Raila walikaa chini ile committee ya dialogue, walikuwa na report yao, hajai timiza hiyo report, commissioners amekataa kupeana, so there's no chance for dialogue anymore. People just want him to act. Nobody wants dialogue with him. People just want things, systems ziwe zina work. That's the only thing people want. So I believe that you really need to try and change your mind and because that's the only way we are going to pull out this government, because you're stuck in that we cannot remove him. Do what next? The thing is, ameshindwa na kazi, atoke, mtu mwingine aingie, au mtu mwingine akiingia ashindwe kazi pia yeye aende. It's just simple as that. People just want working system. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, I think there's a revolution. Watu wameenda maandamano Nigeria leo, I think, if I'm not wrong, and they were inspired by Kenyans. Nish, mmeambiwa na generation represented by Salim, anasema nyinyi mko na moto ya revolution. Nini mbaya nini? You don't have experience.
First, I want to correct something Tiagas has said. Amesema ati Ruto aliuliza kama mtoto amekufa ama ako hai. That's not what he said. Alisema that boy is alive, right? And yet he's so disconnected, so we cannot dialogue with him. But anyway, let me come back to Mr. Salim, our wise elder, who is giving us his wisdom here. And like I said, with all due respect, he has all the right to give his opinion and to be of that opinion. But saying we have not given dialogue a chance, that's just not true, because we have our country is 63 years old. Our constitution since 2010. How many dialogues have been held since 2010? What did that bring? What happened? So saying Gen Zs have not given dialogue a chance is not accurate, because all the previous generations have tried dialoguing and it has not amounted to anything. And on top of it, saying this is the chance, finally the youth are represented, the youth will be part of the decision making. Isn't that what's happening already on paper? How many, I don't know, youth programs, who's that, the Minister for Youth Affairs, blah, blah, blah. We have so many so-called positions representing the needs of the youth in the government already, and they're not doing anything. So saying we finally have a voice in the government, that's not true. So this I'm sorry. And also about the army, saying what will you do if the army does a state of emergency, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you're able to see the riot on Thursday when the army was there. The people and the army were like best friends. Walikuwa wanatembea, people walikuwa na cheer for the army. The army was so chill. They were not bothering anyone. In fact, the people felt more safe when they were with the army than when they were with the police. And there were people who were escorted back home with the army. So saying what will the army do? The army is on our side, especially if we come out in numbers. If 1 million, 2 million, 10 million of us come to the streets, what can the army do except hit the people? They will protect the people. That is their sole duty. Unlike the police who are rogue, the army are actually disciplined. So I think we should not be worried about that. And what are we going to do next after he leaves? I think that's something that's still being discussed. Many people have ideas, and I would say let's cross that bridge when we get there. It's not lack of plan or lack of direction. I think it's also wisdom. But if I would advise you to maybe listen to what Dr. Miguna was saying today. I think he gave some really nice ideas of how we can proceed by clearing out the whole corrupt system. Anyway, we just clear the whole thing, we start afresh, because this is not the first time a country has done popular revolution. And the example he was giving of the Arab Spring and whatever, those were military coup d'etats or something like that. But that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to do a military coup d'etat. We're trying to do a peaceful popular revolution where the people have already said they have no confidence in this government. Mbona anataka kushikilia kiti? We have no confidence in him. He cannot lead us. We cannot trust him. We know he's a killer. We're waiting for the day he'll come and try to kill us. So we have to get him out of there first. So I am sorry if you're too scared to do anything and you prefer to take the old route of let's wait and see and dialogue. The rest of us, we value our future. We're not going to waste time on, 3 years mpaka 2027 to only if by some miracle this person will change when we know he won't change. 3 years ni mingi sana. We would rather be working and creating a good economy for us and for the future and for future generations. Let's not waste any time waiting for people to change when we know they're not going to change. The system will not change unless we change it. So I'm sorry, like I said, it might sound like we're just being adrenaline. Okay, sure. If you want to call it adrenaline, you can call it adrenaline. But we're moving forward and you cannot stop us. So as I said before, if you're not going to be with us, at least don't stand in our way. Just sit back and watch and see how it goes. And then if we are wrong, you can come and tell us, I told you so. We'll tell you are right. But give us the chance to try this. This is the only way we can see to save our country. This man is selling our country, literally selling our country. We cannot let it go by until we're waiting, dialoguing, and so on. I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep venting and ranting anymore. But yeah, so that's what I can say.
Okay, good point. Salim takuleta, lakini before, wacha nimuulize Kip. Ya nani captain? Tumeona nimeona nani alibambo alinyakwa nani anaitwaje Kiter. On one hand anatuambia dialogue, on the other hand watu nyakwa, watu napotea. I had not everyone, most of the people who broke into that hiyo parliament wameuawa. What do you think? Should we go on with this maandamano ama kwa sababu Salim ametuambia majeshi watatolewa state of emergency they'll declare state of emergency. Should we still go on with this ama tujaribu kunegotiate our way? So, keep. Mwanzo wewe usirudi huko Burbusit. Endelea, lakini endelea.
What did I say in the middle of the conversation when you flashback? I said Gen Z's go for it. I didn't say let's stop.
Okay.
I only answered that one like that. Let me not put a lot of words.
Okay. Salim, do you have anything to say about Nish? Because you guys are diametrically opposed in views. And yeye anasema yes, east, wewe unasema west. Salim, uko bado? Salim?
Awanisikia?
Nakusikia sasa. Endelea.
Angalia, mimi nitamwambia Nishu wa Gen Z, huwezi ukiwa na emotions, you do nothing. Number one. Number two, go learn history. Hii generation yetu ya boomers na nini, tulitafuta chance to have a dialogue with the leader, then we hatukupata. Mwambie angalia kwenye historia ya dunia, rais gani ameoffer dialogue with nani hawa anti-government? Who? The only president ameoffer ni mimi munielewe, mimi ni anti-Ruto for life. I don't like his policies, lakini sina emotions. Hii ni country bana. Number two, Egypt, it was not a coup d'etat. It was a university students walikwenda Tahrir Square, walikwenda kama mahali ni Uhuru Park, wakakusanyika for 7 days, wakamtoa wakaeka government in. It was students kama wao. Yani Nish, go learn history, utafute any leader offer dialogue in this world. Number two, nini a state of emergency. Kenyan's army are not friendly. Kenya army walikwenda wapi hapa Congo, wafanye maintain peace. the people of Congo waliwafukuza Kenya kwa sababu they were so vicious, brutal, even to the citizens wa Congo. Wakasema tutaki, ikiwa peace ni hivi. This Kenya's army were so brutal, very angry. Somalia, same thing. To maintain peace, brutality yao ilikawa nyingi sana. Expect kwamba Kenya army ati they are friendly. Bure yako. Kaa uone. Ukaa ukiishi kwingi ni kujua mengi. I'm correcting your Golan history na mujipange. No one will agree at nchi vivi. Atadeclare state of emergency, curfew. Wakati 82 tulikaa curfew for how many days? 3 days. Hakuna kutoka nje. Kwa hivyo hii state of emergency nyima chukula light. Hamja experience. Go and test the renewal. Na hamuna plan. Na revolution yenu itakuwa dead. Hii ni chance mmepewa kuweva dialogue. Have it. I insist. My granddaughter or my daughter. Go spread the news to your Gen Zs. This is an opportunity. Mutakuwa kwenye political decisions ya Kenya formally, officially, from today onwards. Mukipoteza hii chance, no president atakayekuja will allow Gen Zs to be on the table again because mnasumbua. Wata create laws kwenye parliament, basi kwisha. Mutakuwa dead slowly politically. Na Ruto alipouliza yule nani Titus citizen, alimwambia is he alive, is he dead? No, he's clever. Alitaka kujua nyinyi mnazungumza ripoti ya kusoma ama ripoti ya kushuhudia. Ruto is clever. Alafu ameonyesha nchi kwamba amekubali, amesema amefail. Ruto ameconcede, amesema amefail, he will fire. What more do you want? Nyinyi mnataka kufanya revolution, hamuna plan, mtaribu nchi. Mtaribu maisha yenu. Kasomeni history mjue how the world runs, na political isiwe na emotions. Msiwe na emotions muka create hostilities kwa watu. Political is a political decision. Haina emotions. Nyinyi mkiwa na emotions, this guy doesn't listen this. Have you sat with him? Today, tumeona one thing. He sat with the reporters. The whole world was watching. He conceded. He compromised. Wote sote tumesikia. Watu wazima, watu wadogo. He's not stupid. Now the same thing will happen. Mkikaa naye online, we'll see. Give him a timeline, 6 months. Ameperform, well and good. Hakuperform, atatoka. Lakini hamjakaa na mtu dialogue kufanya fujo. No parent will agree. I'm a parent. I have three Gen Zs. Wananisumbua. I will not agree. Sasa kaa nyumbani hapa. No parent in Kenya will agree. This is si sote wazima tumeona ni chance ametoa Ruto. Tulipigania tukaiva dialogue with Moi tulikosa. Moi tulipigania kwa dialogue tulikosa. Nimpata chance mnaharibu.
Sawa, Salim. Shukran. All right, Jay, I want to yes, keep.
Don't allow Salim to run away from this because when he is now threatening us that we will,
he's not running,
will not go anywhere. Or
Nico.
Salim, let me ask you one question.
Nico.
Since even before the NC started this thing, we've been having corruption issues about the Minister for Agriculture, whereby he was selling mawe to be fertilizer.
Mawe.
And na hakuna kitu ilifanyika. It was just forgotten like that, and we are moving on. You see? Now, when you come here to tell us that Ruto has considered defeat, Gen Z is now, I think, by next week, by tomorrow, it will be the second week or what, if I'm not wrong. If president was to act, he could have even acted by removing those corrupt ministers and those corrupt people in his government to show that he is listening to the people. You see? But coming here, telling us that we will not do anything, Mythical Inturi now, I'm not resigning. We have this EACC up Valley Road. What is that building for? Because they are banning wrong building parliament. Is that even for going EACC? What is it doing for? Since when I was born, ilikuwa hapo ikabadilishwa tu jina ikaitwa EACC. Kuna jina ilikuwa inaitwa Integrity something. Ikabadilishwa ikakuwa EACC. Hii EACC hata mwizi hata moja hakuna Kenya. And you expect to lead Kenyans like that? We are open-minded. Hata kama ni state of emergency, wale wabaki na construct Kenya vile inafaa.
All right. Nataka kuuliza hii swali and I'll start with Jay. What do you realistically now, let's this coming week najua kutakuwa na maandamano for Tuesday and Thursday and maybe the following weeks. Give me a reasonable, if you have the clairvoyance or you have the crystal ball, and I ask you, what do you think is going to happen in the future? Can you realistically see Ruto stepping down, resigning, voluntarily leaving due to pressure? Or do you see this as maybe there'll be some kind of agreement between the Gen Zs, or he will do something that will kind of cool people off while he'll concede and awache kichwa ngumu yake? How do you see it? I'll start with Jay, then we'll go to Nish, then Salim, and like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think other people need to resign. Guys like Ndinyo or guys like us need to resign. Then I think once one person resigns and he starts losing allies one by one, then I think that's when he'll be forced to resign.
So you think, okay, let's say tomorrow, Ndini Nyoro and the corrupt people, suspected corrupt, if they resign, Gen Z will be okay. Now you can continue till 2027 at least.
No, I think they'll be forced to resign because we won't have any allies, only friends left.
Okay, so eventually you see Ruto not continuing as a president.
Like I said, it depends on if he loses friends and support, then yeah.
Okay. Nish, I know you're very strong in this. You have a strong resolve in this movement. What do you realistically see happening in the coming future, months, weeks, whatever? Do you see Ruto Zakata Shuka, or is it going to get deadly? Yeah.
I don't want to make any. I don't want to make any like predictions because I think anything could happen. The only thing I can say for certain is that the Gen Zs will not stop until he's gone. So he could make all the promises. He could even keep those promises, but the Gen Zs will not relent until he's gone. Why? Because he has shown us he can kill us. How can you trust someone who has shown you, I can kill you and not care about it? Are we going to pretend that we can live in peace knowing he's in power for another 3 years? No. So whatever he does, I mean, I think ideally they should all go because they're all as corrupt. But unless he goes and he's like his whole team with him. So I will let the smarter, more experienced older generations figure out what to do once that happens. But one thing I can tell you for sure, we cannot stop until he's gone because he is a murderer. Like, I don't know why it's like flying over your heads. I'm sorry, especially the older generations. I think maybe in this country we are so used to forgiving criminals because we think we have to. Like you gave the examples of, a politician who has committed like a mass embezzlement or fraud or sold fake fertilizer, things like that. And we just let it go. He's still in power and no one is questioning that. So maybe that's why for the older generation, the fact that this person has openly killed people, for them it's like, it's normal. It's just another day for a president. No, it's not normal. And we, the Gen Zs, we're not going to allow that because, people say you get the treatment you deserve. So if people are treating you badly, you're the one who is allowing it to happen. If this country is mediocre, it's because we're allowing mediocrity. So we cannot allow this government continue to just we literally have criminals in the legal sense of the term. We have criminals in power, and they're just there. And no one is questioning it. We think, oh no, it's normal. Let me just give you an example. I was talking to my mom about the riots because she's also older generation. So for her, she was like, yeah, but you see, Ruto is trying to change and so on. And then I told her, but look, people have died. I told her, did you know there was a kid who had like 10 bullet wounds in his back? And then she was shocked. And then at first she was like, yeah, but when you go to protest, you get shot. It's normal. I'm like, no, mom, it's not normal. It's not constitutional. Why are you saying it's not? It's not. So I think we're dealing with people who have who are used to having this it's normal that criminals are leading us. It is not normal. And the Jay-Zs are aware of that. We want good management. We're not going to settle for mediocre management. I'm sorry if you think I am anti-Kenya for saying this. On the contrary, what I'm saying, I'm sorry, even if it means people have to die, which is sad, and we hope no one will have to die. I think what the Gen Zs understand, it is better to live freely in our country that we own, that we control, with good management and governance and transparency, than to live as slaves in our own country. Because what is he doing, grabbing people's land and selling it to foreign nations? Can you imagine what Kenya will be in 100 years where the government owns every single piece of land? And then when the government owns it, it means the Americans own it, or the Russians, or whoever will be in power at that time. That means all the Kenyans will be slaves on their own land. No one will be free. No one, like, this person is selling our country, and the Gen Zs have woken up to this fact. That's why we're not going to sit back and wait and let's see if he changes. It's not going to change. So yeah, I'm sorry if it sounds like we're just being like we have too much adrenaline. We're not thinking things through. We are thinking in the long run. We are saying this country belongs to Kenyans. Stop selling it. So if anyone here is anti-Kenya, it is this government. They're selling us. They're selling us, just like our ancestors sold other Africans into slavery to go to the US. These people are selling us today. So no, we're not going to stop. I'm sorry, we're not going to stop.
Okay. There's another angle. Katende, is it Katende? Katende has been struggling to get in. I want to get your views. What about the opposition? Wakina, I see Babu Owino is talking, Daniel Raila is talking. Is Gen Z supporting these people? Katende ametoka tena. I don't know what's the new one here. Who was next? Was it Salim? Salim, okay. Salim, then Kip. Okay, wacha nikuulize hivi. What is the role of the so-called opposition? As Gen Z wamechukua hiyo nafasi, wamesema opposition, you are no longer opposition, kazi yenu imeisha, sisi ndio tutachukua hii kitu. Ama ni namna gani? Maana naona wakina Babu Owino, Raila ni kama, yeah. Maoni yako vipi?
Opposition wanapinga brutality ya police. Sasa if another country, if foreigners from another country wanapinga brutality ya police and we say nothing, hawa ni wa Kenya, they have a right kupinga. Sasa nyinyi ndio mnatia siasa au Azimio. It's not about Azimio ama about wanapinga brutality ya police kwa wa Kenya. Mimi na swali kwa Nishi. Nani ameitisha dialogue baina Gen Z na Ruto? Nani ameitisha dialogue? Gen Z. Walipotisha Ruto wamekubali dialogue, nyinyi mna back off. Do you think impact ya wa Kenya, what will impact itakuwa? Impact itakuwa tunaona Gen Z are confused. Wamepata chance, they're backing off. Hamujielewi. You demanded dialogue. To have a dialogue, to tell Ruto to step down is dialogue. Si kwamba dialogue is kukubali Ruto's demand. No. You're having a dialogue, Mr. Ruto. We don't want you to be in power. We give you 3 months, constitute ABC, fanya hivi. That's dialogue. The whole world itajua kwamba Kenya wamemkataa Ruto. That's the best way kumwambia huyu jamaa toka. Lakini not through what kwa fujo. Mupata chance. Use the chance. You want to have dialogue with Mr. President. Mr. President, we don't want you. Kwisha. That's dialogue. That's what ndio mimi napigania hiyo. Mimi I'm anti-Ruto. But the system ya njia anayochukua Gen Z is not right. Hawana plan, hawana ideas. Wanaona kila kitu ni easy. It's not easy. The first maandamano, it was very successful. The second one ilififia. Just imagine. Mbona ilififia? Kwa sababu ya kidogo 1 word 2 words ikafifia. You think hii kesho na kesho kutwa itakuwa strong? I bet utaona itafifia likewise, because hii Ruto ametoa leo very open and sincere. He wants dialogue. Nyinyi mmetisha dialogue, have dialogue. Be sincere. Kwenda msimamo, be strong. Sio mna back off. You demanded dialogue, ametoa dialogue. Go. Dialogue, part of dialogue is to tell Ruto, we don't want you. That's dialogue. Simple as that. The best way kuifanya, talk about it. We give you 3 months, talk vacate the office. That's a nice way. That's what my point. It's not combating mukubaliana Ruto. No. Have dialogue, tell him we don't want you. Lakini in a dialogue watu wote wameshuhudia, we all see live, tumeshuhudia Kenya hawakutaki. Best way, peace, stability iko vile vile. Hata the army wanaona kwa Kenya hawataki. Kwisha. Thank you.
All right. Sawa. All right. It's been 2 hours. I would have gone longer, but I will give everybody a chance. Weka point yako ya mwisho. say what you want to say, whether you're replying to Salim's position or whatever you want to say. I'll start with Kip, then Jay, then we'll go Nish, then Salim atamalizia. All right, Kip.
Okay. Kenaribel and
Yes,
all
sir.
the panelists. Let me say this, Salim, because I think it's like we are taking us, or we're taking people of Kenya like they are in a different world than the world where William Ruto is or the president is. When we the team, we are supporting Gen Zs, Gen Zs, they did not ask for any dialogue with anyone. Gen Zs, they are complaining of high taxes. They are being taxed. And there is no jobs in Kenya. There is nowhere they are getting any living. Some are students. Some they finish university the other day. And they are taxed that a lot of taxes. And we see corruption each and everywhere. And the people in government, like the MPs, some of the MPs that you know, they buy V8 each and every now and then. Some they are distributing even millions and millions of money in churches. We don't know which businesses they are doing, which salary they are getting. But when we ask here, we are told, "Ni God, manze, ni God, it's a God." Which God is this that these MPs and all these people in government, they are praying that we the youth, we are not praying this God. Which God is this? Salim, kindly tell us, because I'm leaving also. You are like also, we have to declare another agency for you. Listen again. Listen. Because when you tell us that William Ruto has called for dialogue, is it that the different William Ruto or the one we know? William Ruto can pinpoint you in front of the crowd saying, you wewe kijana, unapinga mkutano yangu kama nani? Kijana anasema vizuri sana wewe kijana. And these are the kijanas, now they are against this government. And you are telling them, let's have a dialogue. Some of us even, we are hiding our photos here or our faces, because we know when we come out like this. I don't want to say more from that, but I'll still come back, because I know Salim will ask something for me to answer. I know. I'll come back. Let me catch it.
Okay, let's give Jay alafu tuende Nish alafu Salim. Katende sijui internet yako ni vipi, but sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, what we've seen today, we saw this 2 and 3 years ago when he was campaigning. The whole I'm a humble guy, just about champion of democracy. The thing is, we've seen these lies before, but I understand where Salim's coming from. I get the fear, the uncertainty, but we can't trick people more than twice at this point. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So Jay is basically saying that Salim and Ailewa, I think your concern is the fear of unknown. Maybe unafikiri kutakuwa na a bloody, revolution or whatever the case is. Na our Gen Z unasema, you know what, we are ready to cross that line, because whatever it is, Ruto mpaka ondoke. It's non-negotiable. Hebu nijaribu kuingiza Katende, alikuwa amenyamaza before I go to Nish. Katende, are you able to speak?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, finally.
Yeah. Me, what I'm going to say is, you guys don't dialogue. Me, I'm not from there, but I've been following the events there. Don't dialogue. Don't dialogue. The guy must go. Okay. The guy must go. Because once you dialogue, that guy is a liar. You give him more opportunity and he buys time. So there's no dialogue. We made a mistake down here in Uganda when we accepted to dialogue 2021, when Bobby Wine had the dictator in his hands. And he accepted to dialogue. When he dialogued, the devolution ended there. So don't dialogue, because the events there, we are watching them. It's the spark we need. You are inspiring Africa. You are inspiring the entire continent, you guys. All eyes on you. You fail, we fail. So don't let us down. We are looking at you with hope and
Yeah.
Katende, can I ask you very quickly? Is it true that there'll be another demonstration demonstration in Uganda somewhere in the coming soon?
Yes. And the guys, when you come on the streets of Kampala in Uganda, the dictator is putting the army in every other place because he knows what is coming. So we are looking until you guys don't stop, please. Don't stop. Don't dialogue with the guy. He should go. When he goes, you've also liberated us. So is Nigeria looking at you. So there are very many people who are looking at you guys. You fail, we fail. You succeed, we succeed.
Okay, that's a
The
good.
demonstration is in the works in Uganda. It's there. It's in the works.
But Katende, for us in Kenya, the demonstrations that are done by youths in Kenya is done because of it is defined in the constitution. We are doing this according to our constitution. So when you say you are relying on us, don't rely on us because we have our own constitution.
We are looking at you as an inspiration, not lying, but we are looking at you as an inspiration. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Nish,
Yes.
Nish, I wanted to ask you this. I know you know where you stand. What's your take on the opposition who are also kind of echoing something close to this whole idea of maybe we should sit down and talk? And what's your feeling about the Azimio folks? Are you Gen Z? Since you're Gen Z, do you guys kind of feel some camaraderie with them, or do you feel like they should be out of it?
I think they're opportunists. They just saw an opportunity. They're trying to ride this wave. They saw that, oh, okay, maybe Ruto it has been weakened. This is our chance to step in and take over. But at the end of the day, they're all the same. They're all the same. So yeah, no, I don't think we believe them. I mean, personally, I don't believe them. I think they're just taking advantage of the situation. But yeah, I think Gen Zs in general, we just know it's just rotten. The whole system is rotten. They're all the same. And what I can say to finish off, because I think I've repeated myself many times, so maybe I'll just take a leaf from Ruto's book, who likes to talk about God and how he's appointed by God and so on. I'm going to quote the Bible and say, the Bible says, "Who will pity a snake charmer if he is bitten?" You're saying you're going to dialogue with this man. When that fails, who's going to pity you? Did you not know he was a murderer and a fraud and a liar when you sat down to dialogue with him? So no, we're not going to take that chance. We know who he is. He has exposed himself. We don't believe him. We don't trust him. And refusing to dialogue with him is self-preservation for us. It's not just strategy, it's self-preservation. We know his ways. So no, and another Bible verse that says, unless the grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it will not bear fruit. We are willing to stake our lives on this thing. Like someone said on one of the videos of the riots, I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. These people are trying to keep us in slavery, in neocolonialism, in whatever it is. And we Gen Zs have opened our eyes and we will not allow it. We're saving, and we're not just saving ourselves, we're also saving the boomers who are telling us just wait and see. We're saving them too. We're fighting for our parents and our grandparents as well. Even if they don't want to believe it, we're fighting for them as well. So yeah, that's all I can say. Please give us your support. Don't try to stand in our way. Even if you're scared, give us your support. That's all I can say.
Good point. Salim, maoni yako mwisho as we wrap up.
My children wako Nairobi, wako Gen Zs wanaambia baba tutaka 2000 na wapa 4000 because najua inafanya kazi ya Gen Z kwa kuondoa serikali. I'm supporting Gen Z, lakini plan hakuna. Ikiwa plan hakuna, mta create chaos na balaa. That's my point. Kasome history ujue, alafu nini, binadamu Mwenyezi Mungu ametupa DNA yetu iwe visible, tunaona what is our DNA. Mungu ametupa DNA ya first impression na body language. Hiyo it belongs to God. He controls it. First impression yetu ya Gen Z it was nini? Reject finance bill. tumeachieve that, and then unakuja tamaa imekuwa mingi, unaput you'll never succeed. To our experience, sisi maboomers, ukiwa na two you are confused, unataka hii na hii, una fail, you'll never pass. Tusha succeed on the finance bills, imeondolewa kwisha, then the plan, si hapo kwa hapo mna plan sasa, tunataka something more, who will agree? It will fail. Na leo kimwangalia Ruto first impression yake DNA amekuwa disappointed na foreign friends wamebetray, na inside the government police wamebetray. He realized, niona body language yake, you can see, you can read. If you cannot read the body language of your fellow human being, you are very shallow. So Gen Z, mimi nawapenda, msijitokeze mkapoteza maisha yenu kijingajinga. When plan, come with the right plan, and having dialogue is to tell Ruto to step down by dialogue. That it succeed. Thank you very much, Kenya Rebel. Nish, have a good night, my granddaughter.
Thank you, Salim. Anyway, anyone with a closing remark, rebuttal, or anything to say before we close up?
Kenya Rebel, what I can say, Gen Z, hoy, let's move it. We remove this corrupt government. We remove this relative government where they employ relatives only. We remove this government and we make a better one, even if it will take us 29 years. Let's take it, but we'll have a better one. But for Salim namuonea sana kwa majadirisha.
Nakupenda wallahi.
Lakini jikejo mwache kichwa ngumu ya kuingia hapa bila kamera. Hiyo kichwa ngumu itaisha.
Kesho natengeza simu yangu nakuja na kamera. Nitachukua simu ya
Salim akichigwa ana hasara, yeye ameshasomeza alimaliza. Hizi wengine bado.
Aya basi, thank you so much everyone. Thank you Nish, thank you Captain, thank you Katende from Uganda. Thank you. Subscribe. Maybe one day we can have a session. Thank you my brother. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you Salim. Thank you. Kesho nitaingia saa 6:30 kesho time ya Kenya. 12 midnight ya usiku. Yeah, I hope you'll be still up. Sorry, that's
I'm retired.
I'll be here every day. Hiyo maandamano vile itafanyika Tuesday, I'll be here Thursday, I'll be here every day pretty much. Ati picnic. Wewe usifanye Nish atakumaliza. Nish unajua kuna
mzee, mimi naona mzee tutaanza jinsi yetu hapa.
Jay, thank you so much for putting a camera. Wewe ndio Mkenya ambaye hana kichwa ngumu.
Tomorrow I promise you nitaweka kamera.
Sawa. All right guys, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, like the video.
Mungu akubariki mzee wetu.
Pia Mungu akubariki. Shukran. I'll see you guys tomorrow inshallah. Aman vipi? All right, and you guys on the comment section too, subscribe, like the video, pass it on, tell your friends about this channel. You can come in to get mambo ya Gen Z, mambo ya Ruto and everything else. All right guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace and blessings. All right, tomorrow's picnic. Bye.
Hii wiki nzima ni picnic ya Gen Z barabarani.